Hello everybody, Derpalypse here, welcome back to some more Leviathan. It's been a while, I think it's been around 2 weeks. I don't know why I'm saying that when I can just check right here on my YouTube. Let me see, Leviathan. It's been August 20th. I think that's 3 weeks actually. It's been 3 weeks since the last video. This gets uploaded on Tuesday, so goddamn. No, 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks. But yeah, that's still quite a while. I forgot to get one out last week. Lost track of time basically. But we're here again on Leviathan. We're gonna go straight into it in a little bit. But before that, we've been doing really well on YouTube lately. I think we're at 199 subscribers, or like 198, almost 200. But it's still worth celebrating right now, anyways. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. Thank y'all all for support. Hopefully, get you more videos and then better ones too. We also got Walpurgis Night coming up soon. I might be able to bring guys through the story again. I stopped the grind a little bit. I have been grinding for like quite a while now. I got one character at maximum insight, so it should be enough to get that leveled up. I also have another character I'm trying to get to tier 2 because apparently I have her little like equipment gift that goes well with her ability. And maybe that'll set the tide up for Walpurgis Night, and we go back to actually beating it, the story, and learning more about the game. Well, we're gonna wait on that for a little bit. Let's get into this chapter right now. So we start off the chapter with Garnet being ripped through time and space, more likely space because of our world, but he is looking through all his past selves right now, and I believe I have a list somewhere around here that I'm trying to look around, but I can't seem to find it. Unless this is it right here. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of whole different Garnets that we see through this chapter. Starting off with the street life office, Lulu, I think that's what her name is. We see Garnet as Lulu just right after the library, where they go to the library and Mars dies, Lulu and I forgot his name. Let me see. I think it was. I try to remember. I can just look it up. Actually, I'll just look it up right now, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, they escape. They lose Mars, and Mars is crying. Not Mars. Lulu's crying. He left behind a cake for Lulu, and it just makes things a whole lot sadder for her. And Roland during this time was like, really? We don't care about you. Everyone dies at some point. This is why you don't do love stories in this Project Moon universe, alright? And so she goes off by herself, and she leaves behind. What's his name? Yeah, I do not know. I think it's Sans? I think it's Sans, so we're just gonna call him Sans. Don't really know who it is. So yeah, it's Sans that was a part of the group. We'll move on. So Lulu leaves behind Sans and then tries to beat the library on her own, and then unfortunately meets the god herself. So bad for her. And it looks like Garnet is doing the same thing. He's just Lulu in this situation. Garnet is like not doing pretty good on that world. And then we move on from that one to, I believe, the Shi Association. Yeah, we move on to the Shi Association, and this is some stuff pretty interesting comes up in this part. And this is right before they go to the library, after Eugen sends in the Bullet Club office. I don't know their office name. I just know they had a lot of bullets. And then the Blue Reparation makes them move to the library, and they die. And he is just currently just reminiscing on that group. I don't know. I don't think it says anything about Lapis in that version. Now I do see a Lapis teaser, or at least like some implication of her. I'll show it in the video. But I don't believe anything is mentioned about Lapis in that world. But there's something other but English is failing. Something else happens in that world is he gets called up to the third branch of the Shi Association, because he's the second branch director, but the third branch wanted to talk to him. We don't know their names, but they had a little bit of discussion. Do I have it somewhere around here on here? I don't believe so. Okay, yeah, it's right here. So the third branch leader asked them what they're trying to do with all this bullshit they're doing. And then Garnet says, I plan to fix what is broken. But what's funny enough that this third director pulls out a bunch of cigarettes, and she blow. Does it say she actually? No, it says they. It doesn't say. There's no gender to it. They just blow up a bunch of cigarettes in one sitting, and they decided to help Garnet with that cause, which is pretty interesting. Because there is one character that we do know, and that we do have theories about that could be a Shi Association, which is Ryoshu. So this could be a possible Ryoshu reference, but there's not enough evidence other than them smoking to say that. Because like there's no description of their hair, there's no description of what they actually look like. They just know that it's black, but that they went through an entire pack of cigarettes, and they themselves does not seem like a person that would help Garnet with their cause, which I don't see Ryoshu helping out other people of her own free will, or at least not getting something after it, or just something that's just being fun for her. At least not yet. Maybe in the Ryoshu chapter, Kanto, we'll see something about Ryoshu that we don't see before. She's actually a very nice person and a very normal person. That just happens to like a lot of bloodshed. And that's about it about the second world that we see. We now move on to the third world, and I believe this world is our world, I think. Or at least a mirror world version of it. Because there's planes in the city. And Garnet says, I don't even know what a plane looks like. What even is a plane? So he's like all that. So they don't even know what a plane looks like. So there's no planes in the city. Which I already guessed basically. Because how are you gonna have the warp train and then a plane? Would it be planes easier to get to? I guess it's transmission works better, but there'd be other transportation methods. But see how Garnet doesn't know what a plane is, and he's just like, what? Oh, there's a plane? That's it. It's like, whatever. But I believe this specific world is tied to the 9/11, I think. Because there's the plane crashes down into the street, and it kills that Garnet. We don't see that Garnet for the rest of the chapter. And I'm saying that right now because they're gonna come back later. But yeah, the crane crashes down into the street. Unless there was some like plane incident in Korea or something like that. Probably just wasn't unintentional that they made like 9/11 in there. I don't think it is. But that's all there is about that mirror world. I believe, yeah, that seems to be about it. We then move on to the fourth mirror world, which is going to be Jumsoon's world, I believe, which is the maestro of this entire ring place that we got right here. And the reason why I say it's like a Jumsoon backstory instead of this being like a Garnet backstory is because there's stuff in this specific world. Hey, don't stare at me like that. Look at this, like this guy jumping off the side. But yeah, in Jumsoon or the maestro Garnet's world, Garnet is in the middle of an auction and he's looking at these jewels and he's just captivated by them. And he's so captivated by the gems that he's like, I wonder if I could turn my friends into these gems. And he doesn't know why he had a thought like this, which could be something about the orphanage, but it could be something about Jumsoon's original backstory of why he is how he is right now. Because because this look on Garnet's face is pretty crazy looking, pretty crazy looking. And then Garnet himself goes a little bit insane in the mirror world, at least this version of Garnet, wondering why that he had these thoughts just now for a second. And then he started crying. He started crying a little bit. So that might be a little bit of Jumsoon's backstory. Don't know. Might not be. Might be just like something they had to do for the character, for Garnet's character. But that's about it. And after all those mirror worlds get passed by, he gets sent back into the main world for a second. Yeah, he's back in the main world. He's like, what the hell was all this bullshit happening? He then sees all the pods, and the pods are now colored like the Power Rangers. You got the red, yellow, green, and purple. They're all in balls holding something. They look a little bit different than before as well. And so he sees his friends. I'm assuming these are the orphanage people. But he sees them for a second, but then he immediately goes back into the other mirror worlds. I think this is for one more time he does it. I think it's one more time that he goes into the mirror world, and this time he did a big ass roll. He got the gotcha roll to century. He got a 4-star ID. Basically, this is what a 4-star ID would look like. He eventually rolls up to the Black Silence. He becomes the Black Silence, and that is just crazy how he just got that god roll. Man, he just got a color fixer within 4 pulls. I mean 5 pulls actually, which is just insane. Good, that's some amazing look on Garnet. Congratulations, buddy, you deserve it. But he feels all of Roland's rage. There's also Runa spoilers, by the way. I probably should say that at the start of the video, so I might just do like a little bit of a spoiler alert for that. But Runa spoiler: Roland is the Black Silence, and this is the moment where the pianist killed his wife, and he just got back there and killed the pianist. We see Garnet and looking at the dead corpse of, I believe, Lapis. Yeah, it is Lapis. So he's looking at Lapis the same way Roland did. He had all the black aura around him. Very angry, sorrowful. And we cut back to the lab once again after that. And that was the last time that happened, I believe. So he comes back to the mirror world. He's back in the Project Moon or Ruin of the Lyra. I don't know what they call this the main verse. They're back in the main verse. And since he's back now, he seems to be looking pretty badass. He got a pretty badass pose, multiversal thing he got right now going on, which does look pretty cool. He got the Lulu ID. He's got the Shi Association ID. He got the Maestro ID. And he's got the Black Silence ID. All on him at the same time. And it appears to be like he has a very high refraction rate, which I mean makes his mind be able to keep up with all the bullshit the mirror world has shown him. And this is looking pretty good. I don't know if this might be something that'll happen. Well, this basically happened with the Heathcliff, but yeah, with the every Cathy bullshit that's happening. But I'm just talking about if they just keep switching between the one character every hit, because this is looking pretty cool. Hopefully I got the image showing up for the video. But Jumsoon is like, oh yes, splendid, tee-hee-ha, and that's such a high refraction rate. He's just doing weird noises and being just very giddy. And then Garnet is looking at him and he said, I've had enough of your bitch ass. It's time to put you in a pack. Garnet is looking like he wants to be the main character for once. He's done with all of this bullshit, and he ends off with one single sentence: you will die by my hands in the most painful way imaginable. End of the fucking chapter. Garnet is a goat. He is looking up to becoming the top tier, is what I would say. He wasn't a bitch. Okay, let me just stop. But yeah, this was a pretty good chapter. Garnet looking pretty good for once. Yeah, I don't disrespect him as much anymore. I have to send my apology to him. I'm not doing another apology video for Garnet. unless he does something really cool, which I doubt. And even if he did something cool, I wouldn't do it anyway. But yeah, that was the end of book 14, Reflector Worlds. Garnet is doing pretty alright. No red gaze. Don't know what happened to Nazul at. I don't know where he's at. Assuming that he died. Actually, he might have died. He might have died during this entire thing. Let me just see. Cause I don't. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't see him actually. I don't think he's mentioned at all through this book. So I'm assuming that he's just in the background doing stuff. Unless I completely missed it. But yeah. That was chapter 14, book 14, whatever you want to call it, episode 14, Shore of Leviathan. Hope you all enjoyed. You're about 3 days, 2 days, 4 days. We're in a week within Lamenting Yiseng, and that is gonna be pretty nice to see. I don't know if he has a good counter. I'm pretty sure he's a block guy. He blocks, and then Ryoshu counters. I don't know if her counter is going to be a unique counter or not. I didn't really read the skills that much. But I'm excited for them. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.